This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Several years ago, back in the days when I still used a green screen, I did a few videos about why I left the Republican Party. And me leaving the Republican Party wasn't something that happened recently. It didn't happen just after Trump. This is decades ago. But I wanted to explain some of the reasons, what brought me to that precipice, leaving the Republican Party and then becoming no party preference, independent voter, and then eventually registering as a Democrat and officially being a Democrat. And one of the reasons, one of the primary reasons, was the Republican Party's abuse of humans, the oppression, the lack of concern for human rights and civil rights. And as part of civil rights, voting rights they're woven right in there. And this continues today. We have the clip I'm going to play today of Matt Walsh explaining why too much democracy is a bad thing. Too many people having access to the franchise to vote, to self-determination is a problem. And it's tyrannical to want more people voting rather than fewer. It's a bananas, backwards, bizarro perspective that should be clear to everyone. It is a time-honored understanding of what more access to the franchise of voting will bring about. And this is where the Republican Party is. They know they're failing in the marketplace of ideas. They know Americans of all stripes don't align ideologically with them. And what they're going to do in order to maintain power, to continue to hold some grasp on power in the United States body politic, is to reduce the number of people who have access to voting. In Matt Walsh's world, it seems if you're white and rich and male, you're guaranteed a spot at the table. But if you are in a traditionally marginalized group, if you're black or if you're gay or if you're poor, shudder the thought that you would be able to vote, that you would be able to participate again in this process of self-determination, to be able to mold the laws of our country so they better represent your needs. Watch Matt Walsh in what can only be described as a fascist fever dream, explaining his bizarre theory.
So expanding voting rights in this way is obviously not what you do if you actually care about the future of our country or if you want to preserve our democracy. I mean, you could say that the most effective way to undermine our democracy is to let too many people participate in it. So you undermine the democracy by letting too many people into it. Like democracy it's not some magical thing, okay? Democracy is not magic. It is not exempt from the basic rules of life. And one of the basic rules of life is that too many cooks in the kitchen spoil the broth, okay? One of the basic rules. No matter what it is, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can reach a point where there are too many people involved in it. That can happen. Like there's nothing in existence that is better and more effectively accomplished simply by adding more people, regardless of their skill set, regardless of their intelligence. It doesn't work that way in any aspect of life. Why would it work that way when it comes to deciding the future of the country? So no, it's never that you need more people. It's that you need a certain kind of person. And when it comes to voting, you need intelligent, mature, law-abiding adults who are invested in their country's future and have skin in the game. So we need them. Adding more from outside that demographic will just make everything worse. Ayanna Pressley knows this, by the way. Like that's the whole point. And this is what may seem like an irony, that the tyrants in America today are the ones who want more people to vote. And they want more people because they know that as you add more and more people indiscriminately, the average IQ and awareness of the crowd in aggregate drops. And as the crowd gets dumber and more ignorant and less aware, the easier it is for people like Ayanna Pressley to remain in power. That's the whole. So, we still think of a tyrant as someone who wants to exclude people from voting, wants to disenfranchise and so on. But these days it works exactly the opposite.
But these days it works exactly the opposite as I wear my folksy flannel shirt and try to convince everybody I'm a regular guy and not a multimillionaire. Who would set these rules? Matt Walsh, you? Would you determine what IQ is sufficient to vote? Would it be Trump and the eugenicists within the fascist Republican Party determining who qualifies and who does not? Are we to jettison the rules laid forth in the Constitution and the amendments of this Constitution? Not good enough for Matt Walsh? It's the tyrants who want more people to vote. Oh, the tyranny of democracy. What are his qualifications here? He mentioned they have no skill set. What skill set would that be, Matt Walsh? You don't say it. You don't explicitly say it. You've clearly thought about that. You're referencing notes on your laptop in front of you. Why can't you just say what the skill set is? What is the prescribed intelligence level? Certain kind of person, he says, nebulously. What does that mean, Matt Walsh? A certain kind of person. Intelligent and mature. Too much democracy is bad democracy, says Matt Walsh. You see, if they explicitly say what it is they want, no one's going to come along for the ride. But if they start using these comparisons, too many cooks in the kitchen spoils the broth, as he invents a saying. We're not talking about cooking broth. We're talking about governance. Each of us being able to vote for an individual to govern our country, to set in motion policy that will help or harm the country. I vote for a slate of electors. I vote for a slate of policies, individuals who will enact things I believe will make our country better. Am I not intelligent enough, Matt Walsh? Am I not white enough for you, Matt Walsh? Do I not embody the certain requisites you demand? You want to talk about uninformed voters, unaware, less aware voters, the word you used. I would look at the demographics of people who vote conservative. Because in election after election after election, time after time after time, year after year after year, they are less informed. They are driven by conspiratorial thinking. They are wildly less educated. They are intellectually incurious, as you are, Matt Walsh. As those who run the fascist network, if you want to call it that you work for. Is this anything other than what I've described? Please let me know. You can call and leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. You can comment below and have a conversation in the comments. That would be fantastic. Helps game the YouTube algorithm. And this channel be promoted to new possible audience members. I would appreciate it. If you want to help support my work, produce my work, $1.99 a month is all it takes. Click the join button below, become a channel member, hit the super thanks button, or go over to patreon.com/I Doubt It podcast. All those are great ways to help support what we do here. I would appreciate it. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, all of them. At Dollemore. If you're there, it's likely I'm there, and that's my handle, at Dollemore. Is it a handle? I think it's a handle. I'll see you next time. I appreciate you very much. Thanks for being engaged. Thanks for caring about making our world a better place. Be genuine. Take care of one another.